up, guys? Welcome back to the Mic Check Podcast. This is T-Word, the People's Champ. Thanks for tapping in. Today, we're going to talk about Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, and Jared Anderson returning to the ring. But before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also, go ahead and check out our sponsor. If you're looking for personal training guidance and DIY plans, where we give you basically a guide to getting fit in a fast way, don't forget to check out totalcamofitness.com. As my company, I'm also sponsoring this podcast. So boom, bang, bing, check us out. Now, also like, comment, and subscribe. That said, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so this weekend, Top Rank is putting on another great card. They're going to feature some name brand fighters. That's why I like to call them guys who have gained some notoriety, whether they be Olympians, knockout artists, whatever it is. There's somebody that's rising in the sport. At the top of the card, you've got Shakur Stevenson, and by top, I mean the main event. You've also got Jared Anderson and Keyshawn Davis, all on the televised portion of the card. In the preliminary fights, you've got Troy Isley's going to fight, as well as Bruce Carrington, and we're going to spend a little time talking about those guys today. So first up, we're going to talk about Bruce Carrington, aka Shushu, and man, Shushu's a tough fighter. He's a featherweight. That's going to be 126 pounds. Man, I like this fighter a lot, and there's a lot of different elements to his game that are beyond his years. He's a young dude, but he's very slick. He can also be aggressive when he needs to be. He can jump on the front foot. He puts together nice combinations, and defensively, he's responsible. What I expect to see, he's going to be facing Brandon Chambers in a 6-rounder. I think Shushu's going to get him up out of there. I'm kind of expecting a knockout, maybe in 4. I think the pressure and his hand speed is just going to be too much for the opponent. Next up on the main card, we're going to see Keyshawn Davis against Anthony Yiggett. This is another step-up fight for him. This is going to be 10 rounds at 135 pounds. So you might remember Yiggett fought Rolly Romero a couple years ago, and that was a good scrap. I think Keyshawn is going to take a little bit more time in this particular fight. I expect him to get him up out of there in about 8, but I'm going to look for him to use footwork. He's going to create angles, and he's also going to use his defense to force his opponent to miss while he's landing shots. I think he's going to be able to just kind of single shot this thing until he's ready, kind of walk his opponent into a trap, and then catch him with a combination that puts him down. Something nice, a left hook, maybe a jab that leads to a nice overhand that'll just stretch him. But I do expect this fight not to go the distance. Next up on the card, you're going to have Jared Anderson facing George Arias. That's going to be a heavyweight bout. As you know, Jared Anderson is a dog, man. He's one of those heavyweights that you can't stop watching. I mean, he's creative when he comes to the ring. He does different costumes. I think the last time we saw him was December. He came to the ring as the Grinch. So he's having fun. He's a young fighter. He's enjoying what he does. And even though he's had a couple of fights where you can see that there's some areas for improvement, it's the type of things that you want to see at this juncture in his career. It means he can leave the fight, watch the tape, and go back and fix whatever was wrong. And I expect him to do that. And you'll see those improvements in this fight. I'm not super familiar with Arias, but I can tell you that I know Anderson's going to come in ready. I watched some of the press conference, and Arias seemed to be pretty confident that he's going to put up a good fight, but he didn't sound like he felt like he was going to win. And to me, that's big, because if you win that mental battle at the press conference going in, when you get into the fight, you're already up on the scorecards in your head. You already got 2-3 rounds in the bank, and you just got to go out there and close the show. And I feel like with Jared Anderson's track record, he expects to close the show. This one's scheduled for 10. I'm expecting half of that, maybe 5. Don't quote me, don't bet me, but just understand that I think that he's going to figure his opponent out pretty early, and Big Baby's going to get him up out of there. Let's see. Last one. Main event. It's going to be Shakur Stevenson versus Sushiro Yoshino. This is a 12-round lightweight fight. This is a WBC title eliminator. I'm not even going to do it in this video, but I'm curious how they put the eliminator status together for these fights, because Shakur just moved up, and he actually lost his belt on the scale. So he could have moved up in a better position, but he got ranked really high in the WBC, and then he's already in the eliminator, so he'll have to fight this. They'll probably give him 2 eliminators, and then he'll be in line to fight Devin Haney really quick. More than likely, this was just given an opportunity by time. He might end up fighting for a vacant title because I don't think Devin's going to stay at 35 as long as Bill Haney says. But again, those are conversations for another day. This is just the facts. But Stevenson versus Yoshino, I do expect this one to go the distance, even though it seems like the betting favor is for Shakur to knock him out. What's funny is his opponent actually has more knockouts, 16 fights, 12 knockouts. Shakur has 19 fights, 9 knockouts. But Shakur's favored to knock this guy out. Now, I understand it's levels to this shit, but I don't understand those odds. But anyway, I'm expecting it to go the distance. I think Shakur's going to beat him up for 12 rounds. If there's a stoppage, it's going to come from the corner. I think as long as the opponent is throwing back the rough and let it go, but I think Shakur is just going to lay hands and feet on him basically until the opponent gives up or until the final bell sounds. But I think it's going to be a good card of fights. Top Rank is doing it again. And contrary to what some people believe, I'm not negative on Top Rank at all, to be honest. I think that they do a great job with young fighters early on, but I think that down the stretch, it's a good idea to look elsewhere with somebody that promotes star fighters better, who understand the marketing machine better, and you don't end up stuck on ESPN or ESPN Plus. You get on one of those other platforms that people will look at as a boxing platform versus just a general sports platform, if that makes sense. So not to, take a snipe at Top Rank, just saying they put together some of the best prospect cards. And then you've also got Shakur over there, who I think is one of the bright stars of boxing right now. So we'd love to get you guys' thoughts on this weekend's boxing on Top Rank. More videos to come about the other cards happening this weekend. But this has been T for the Mic Check Podcast. Until the next time I'm out. Peace.